Hello everyone, I'm Raj Kiran Marathe, and our today's video topic is the thread and the process in the Java programming language. A process is an instance of a program that is being executed. When we run a program, it does not execute directly. It takes some time to follow the all the steps required to execute the program, and following this execution step is known as the process. A process can create other processes to perform a multiple task at the same time. The created processes are known as the clone or a child process, and the main process is known as the parent process. Each process contains its own memory and does not share it with the other processes. It is known as the active entity. A typical process remains in the below memory, in the below form of the memory. A thread is a subset of the process, and it is also known as a lightweight process. A process can have a more than one thread, and these threads are managed independently by the scheduler. All the threads within the one process are interrelated to each other. Thread have some common information such as the data segment, code segment, files, etc. That is shared to their peer-to-peer threads, but contains its own registers, stacks, and the counter. The difference between thread and the process are: the process is independent and does not contain with another process, whereas all the threads are logically contained within a process. Processes are heavily weighted, whereas the threads are lightweight. A process can exist individually as it contains its own memory and other resources, but whereas the thread cannot have its individual existence. A proper synchronization between processes is not required. In contrast, thread need to be synchronized in order to avoid unexpected scenarios. Processes can communicate with each other using inter-process communication only. In contrast, thread can be directly communicate with each other as they share the same address space. When we start executing the program, the processor begin to process it. It takes the following steps. Firstly, the program is loaded into the computer's memory in a binary code after translation. Then a program requires memory and the other OS resource to run it. The resource such that a register, program, counter, and a stack, and these resources are provided by the OS, which is operating system. A register can have an instruction, storage, address, or the data that is required by the process. The program counter maintains the track of the program sequence. Thank you. That's all about what is process and the thread in the Java programming language.